Hi everyone, this is SS Mahapatra, lecturer in electrical engineering from Government Polytechnic Noida. I hope everyone stay well with their family during this corona pandemics. On today's sessions, I am going to do a practical on topic switching a DC motor through transistor light as a actuating quantity. Before going to this practical, you should know a very common thing that we generally come across in our day-to-day life. Let's go through that concept first, then we'll come back to this, then do this practical. Here is the two circuit diagram. In the left side, you can see there is a AC supply and a switch and a motor. You can consider it as a fan. You can use the symbol over here. In spite of this one, you can use this one. This is the fan. This is the switch and this is the power supply. What will exactly do? If you on it, then fan will rotate. It means the fan get the energy from the supply through the switch. Means in the left side of diagram, I can only switch on the fan and switch off the fan. What I can do? I can on the fan, I can off the fan only. But I cannot change the speed of the fan. I cannot control the speed of the fan. To do that one, we generally use another component in our circuit. You can see at your home in your board, that is regulator. That is regulator. The regulator, what a regulator can do? A switch can only on the fan, off the fan, whereas regulator increase or decrease the fan speed. It means regulator is a controller. It's control the speed of the fan. But switch only helps in switching. But how will switch on and off? In the both the component we are use our fingertips. We use what? Our fingertips. So our fingertips we switch on the fan, switch off the fan. But in this practical, we will do this function by the help of a transistor. H, I am already discussed about the fan at your home. Now in this practical, we are using a DC motor. The fan at our home is a AC motor. We are controlling that speed with a fan, with regulator and a switch. But here, we will control the switching action by the help of a transistor. It means transistor will be act as a switch over here. But at our home, we are using the help of fingertips. We are controlling the fan. But here we will take the light as the actuating quantity. It means in this practical, the light will be the input, whereas fan will be the output. So here the light will be actually actuating signal, fan is the load. Here the fan is the load, but light is the actuating signal that controls the switching action of a fan by the help of transistor. If there will be no transistor, means exactly transistor is a switch in this practical. What the material requires, will go through each component one by one. First of all, I will be show each component one by one. It takes some time. I hope everyone will be enjoy this practical. Have a patience. Generally, this is going to take a lot of time. I cannot describe thoroughly to each component. I just show you. I just give you a superficial idea to everyone so that they can do at their home during these lockdown sessions. Okay. The first will go to the DC motor. Here you can see this motor. This is the DC motor. There is a two terminal. You can see there is a two terminal in this motor. One is red terminal, another is black terminal. If you connect, you can connect, give the positive to this red and negative to this black. You can reverse it. If you go to reverse it, then rotation of the motor will be changed also. This is the DC motor. There is a permanent magnet within this. You can attach a propeller to this. This is the shaft of the motor. You can attach a propeller. Okay, this is all about today's DC motor. This generally this is called in market is a hobby motor. Students are doing this science project with the help of this motor. This is a two terminal. You can see easily. Next component is our transistor. You can see here it is a transistor. You can see here is a transistor. It is a 2N 2 transistors. It is a NPN transistor. You can, how many terminal? You can see easily. There is a 3 terminal of a transistors. This is depend upon different types of transistors available. Not I am talking about types, as per the manufacturing. This is the NPN transistors. Here is this point is emitter. You can see this is the emitter. This is the base and this is the collector. This is depend upon the types of transistor. This is not fixed for every transistors. This is depends upon the types of transistors. If you come to your sides, so you can see the number easily. This printed side is flat side. Take your sides. This is the flat side. This is the curved side. You can see. This the left side is your emitter, and the middle is the base, and the right one is the collector. Next we will go to this is the actual switch. In this practice, this will act as a switch. Next we will go to the breadboard. Here is the breadboard. You can see here is the two types of. I am going to show you two types of breadboard. Here is the two types of breadboard. What is the difference between these two breadboard? Why this need of this breadboard? Because before doing any practical, before we are exactly implicating the circuit in the breadboard. Before make a soldering like that, beforehand we just check the circuit whether this is good or wrong, whether there is any fault in a circuit or not. Okay, this is just for temporary for connections, for the students purpose only. This is completely for the demo one. What is there in this breadboard? You can see there is a two difference. In the above breadboard, you can see this is a red color indicate the positive, this blue color indicate negative, but this is not mandatory. But generally, if it is in the below, you cannot see such marking. But this is a bus bar. This is a continuous. Suppose this is called hookup wires. You can see this is called hookup wire. Okay. Suppose I will be collect a 5 volt and give it to here. Then all total will be 5 volt. You can collect 5 volt from anywhere. Suppose I will be take another hookup wire or something like that. Suppose I am giving supply to this point, I can collect 5 volt from any pole, from this, or from this. Okay, this is internally connected. This is completely internally connected. Like that in above, if you give, this is meant for the 0 volt or negative. Suppose I will give the 5 volt here, the ground here. I will get a 5 volt all total from this two terminals. Suppose I will be give this 0 volt. I give this 5 volt. It means now this bus bar is of 5 volt potential difference. You can see. Likewise, here this is bus bar is horizontally connected, but the below points are vertically connected. They are vertically internally connected. Okay, this 5 point only, not this 5. This 5 is internally connected. Likewise, this 5 is internally connected. And this 5 is internally connected. Yes, internally connected. This is called breadboard. What is the difference between above and below? The below is that only 5 is internally connected. This 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 5 is internal. Suppose I will give the 5 volt over here. I can get 5 volt up to this point only. I will never get a 5 volt from this point. I will get the 5 volt from this point, this point, this point, and this point. Likewise, suppose I will give the 0 volt over here. I am getting the ground, I am getting the common point or 0 point from this point or this point, not from this. We cannot collect because I am giving this. This bus bar is completely internally connected, but this is not internally connected. This is a double of it of above size. Up to this is internally connected. You can see. Likewise, it's the same as above. This 5 is internally connected. This 5 is internally connected. Suppose I will connect any point here. Suppose I connect the hookup point here. I can connect the same voltage. I can connect from here also. From that the same thing. You'll be get clear on my next sessions. Not in next session. In this session, you will get clear about all these things. Next component is what? You can see LDR. This is your LDR. You can see this is your LDR. You can see it. Okay, is the LDR. What is the purpose of this component is that when the light falls on it, its resistance goes change. It's a, you can tell it is a variable resistor. When there is a light fall in it, the resistance of this resistor will change. It is called light dependent resistor. Means the resistance of this resistor depends upon the light. If the more light will fall, the more its resistance will get decreased. Suppose it is dark right now. I am holding my finger on the top of it. Now there is less light is falling on it. It means the resistance will be more. When I remove my fingers, now it collecting the light. Now the resistance will be less. Next is about, next component is your resistor. You can see one resistor over here. This is the carbon resistor. This is a carbon resistors. I can judge the name of the resistance of these resistors from the color code. I'll be discuss everything on my next sessions, on my any further classes. Otherwise, this video will be very lengthy. Next, we'll go to the jumper wires. I have one kind of this. You can see this blue color, and this one you can see another one, jumper wire. What is the difference between these two above is that in the first you can see it is male to male jumper. This is male to male. It is a male to male jumper. But in the next jumper is, it is called female to female. There is a hole in that. You can see is the female and to female. It is a female to female jumper. Another one is male to female. Another one is male to female. Whereas you can, this pin pointed is male. This is male and this is female. This is the three jumper. Here is it the three jumpers. One is once again this is male to male jumper. This is female to female jumper wire, and this is male to female jumper wire. Okay. Now we'll go to the DC power supply, because power supply is required for do any sort of practical. Without power nothing will happen. Now I'll go to the DC power supply. How I'll collect the 5 volt. In your home, you collect the power from where? Generally, we are collecting the power from the switch outlet, our outlets at your home, our board at your home. I am getting the AC power, but our home we are getting the AC power. From where we are getting the DC power? From the batteries. From battery we are getting the DC power. We are not getting AC power from a battery. We are getting a DC power. From where? If you ever visited any market, you can see that solar light. From that solar cell, you are also getting that DC power. Okay, DC volt or DC power. Like that, here in this practical, where I am collect that power, I am using my power supply unit. You can student do one thing. If you don't have any power supply unit along with you, you can do one thing. Suppose you do having charger, you can use that as a power supply for your project. How can you do that one? You can just terminating that your suppose you do have a to B type. Suppose you do have a USB cable to your charger. Okay, you have that adapter. Only make and change. Only you need to make a change on that cable. Only you need to make a change in that cable. What you will do? Suppose I have this cable. Okay, what I will do? I will collect a 5 volt from my charger itself. I will be terminate it. I cut it. You will get one red and black way, and from there you can get a 5 volt. You can see from the output of a charger itself. Just go and see your charger adapter. You can get a knowledge after that. Okay. But how I am going to do over here? I am taking a help of this 9 volt battery. But how can I getting a 5 volt DC? As I am already written over here that there is a need of 5 volt DC power supply, but this is a 9 volt. Okay. For this 9 volt battery, I have a power supply unit along with me. This is my power supply unit. How this unit will work? I need to connect this battery to this power supply unit. How can I connect? I will take the help of a 9 volt battery clip. This is the battery clip. You can see This is the battery clip, and this is the DC volt jack. This is a 9 volt. You will get 9 volt from this jack. You get a 9 volt from this jack. How will I connect? See it carefully. This is the bigger size. This is the smaller. Insert the smaller into bigger. Okay, insert the smaller into the bigger one. And press it. Now this my 5 volt. Sorry, it's my 9 volt source is get ready. Suppose I will be connect to my DC power jack. You can see there is a red light is glowing. I have a push button also. I can switch on off. Switch off it. When there is a need of power supply, I will be on it. Okay. From where I am going to collect the power? From the 5 volt. You can see from very minutely, if you see, these are my pins. This two is my 5 volt. This first and second is the 5 volt. And this whole total, this 4 pin is the, this whole total pin is the, you can see, let me clear it. Yes, now you can see, I hope you can see, all of you can see it. This 4 is the ground. This first 2 is the 5 volt I am getting, and this 2 I am getting 3.3 volt, but for my project I am getting 5 volt from this power supply unit. Here you can see, let me go through this power unit little bit of briefing. Suppose I have a cable. Suppose I have a USB cable. You can do one thing. You can also enter the USB cable and get the power from here also. You can give the power to the 2 unit. So the power jack, I can give it the power to the power unit also. Okay, there is no problem. Another option, this is USB option is also here. There is no doubt. These are 2 options for us. Okay, since I have the power jack, I enter it. Okay, now I can collect the power from here also by the help of any USB like this. Okay, like this you can connect. Now we'll go to the details in our next class, otherwise this video is lengthy. These are 2 regulator you can see. For the 5 volt, which convert this 9 volt to 5 volt, you can see this is a regulator. You can easily see these are the regulators from where we are getting the constant 5 voltage from this power supply unit. Now come back to my circuit diagram. You can see I am using 2 color of pen. One is red, another is blue. This red indicate the 5 volt DC bus, and this blue indicate this one. This one. It means through this bus bar I am getting 5 volt DC, not AC. Mind it. Okay, this is 5 volt DC. And how I am getting the 5 volt DC? How am I giving this 5 volt DC? I will collect the 5 volt DC from this 5 volt DC power supply unit and give it to the what? To the breadboard. Next, in the circuit you can see, after we will connect a LDR to this 5 volt bus bar, then will be connected with the series to this resistor, then this is your transistor, and this is your motor. How they are connected I will be demonstrate one by one. Okay, now let me first finish the circuit first. Before going to do my circuits, I will be give the idea how this circuit is functioning. Okay, this, as I have already told you, that this transistor will be act as a switch. How it will be on? We no need to require any fingertips for that. As at our home, with the help of fingertips, we have switch on the fan, switch off the fan. But this case is not required in this practical. How will do that one? We will do that one in the help of a LDR. As I have already told you that this LDR will offer a high resistance during the dark. It means when no light fall on this LDR, this will be offer a high resistance. When the light fall on it, it give a low resistance. It means this LDR, this resistor is In they are connected in series, means this LDR getting 5 voltage from this 5 voltage bus bar of breadboard, then connected to the resistor, then is connected to the base of a emitter. This is collector, this is emitter, base of the transistor. This is emitter, this is collector, this is base. That is connected to the base of a emitter. So when light fall on it, the resistance will be decreased. As the resistance will be decreased, now the current will enough to trigger the transistor. Trigger the transistor means switch on the transistor. How the current will flow? The current always flow in a closed path. That's why when we switch on the fan circuit means switch means we make the circuit. When it switch off the switch means we break the circuit. Likewise, when light will fall on it, the resistance will be decreased. Now the current start flow through this LDR resistor B to E, then it will come back to the, this is, suppose this is 0 volt, this will be 5 volt. In this way current will flow through the base. Now this will be trigger. Now this is trigger. Now this will switch on. As it is switch on, it means this path will also close. This path will be closed. Now the current start flowing from motor through transistor, then go back to the blue line. It comes from red and at blue. But this is not happen when there is no light. It means when the light fall on it, the current start flowing. When this current start flow, this switch will on and the transistor will be on. As the transistor is on, now the current start flow through this circuit and the motor will rotate. And the motor will rotate. The motor will rotate as long as light fall on it. Suppose you remove the light, again the resistance will increase. Now the less current will flow. Current is not flow, the current will not zero, but practically it is, that current is so low is that it is insufficient to switch on the transistor. It is insufficient. The word is insufficient. That current is insufficient to switch on a transistor. So when light fall on it, the resistance will decrease. When light will not fall, the resistance will increase. The current is minimum. Now it is unable to switch on the transistor and the current will not, as the transistor is off, the motor will not rotate. Okay. I will connect the same circuit diagram on this, on a breadboard by the help of the component that already we have discussed in the materials required sections. Well, welcome to everyone once again. Here is my circuit diagram. You can see this cupboard circuit is over here as per the breadboard point. You can see these large dots is the completely a 5 volt one and this is of 0 volt. I am giving this 5 volt supply to this, positive to the upper one and negative to the means black, and this is red. This according to choose, generally prefer black for the positive one. Here is, this is little bit of other color, this is not black but this is red. Here you can see, first we'll start from the supply sides. This is the 9 volt battery, this is clipper, this is the DC jack, and from this point I am collecting the 5 volt. This 2 terminal is meant for the 5 volt, this and this whole 4 is 0 volt or ground, and this is 5 volt. You can see I am using, here is a female, since it is a pointed one, I am using a female and connected to this like this. I will show you. I will open it and I will press it. Simply you just need to press it. Likewise, you can see you just need to press that one. Next, this is completed. This portion is completed. Now this 5 volt will be given to the LDR. You can see LDR is collecting. This is LDR. You can see now this LDR is connected to the 5 volt and another one is, you can connect this LDR another point to this. If you will connect to this, then this resistor point have to be connected to that vertical line. Okay. Since I am connecting to the 22, there is a number you can see, there is a 22. Here you can see the 22 number is here. 22 vertical lines. I am connecting this LDR to this 22 means I have, since it is a internally connected, so I will resistor will be also connected to this any point. You can connect it here, you can connect it here. There is no problem. This is internally connected. These vertical lines are internal, but there is no connection between these two. Suppose I will connect the LDR here and resistor to this vertical line, then this circuit will not function because they are not connected. So here this is connected means I have to insert in the same vertical lines, then it will be connected to the base of the transistor. As I already told, base is at middle. Then this is the middle point, base. This is a 3-point base, and this is the emitter, and this is the collector. And this base is connected to the other terminal because resistors have many terminals? 2 terminals. Any resistors have 2 terminals. Okay. This is 330 ohm resistors I am using. Is connected to the LDR in series. One is connected to the LDR terminal. Another terminal is connected to the base of transistor. This is connected to the base of a transistors. And you can see this is the emitter. This emitter is connected to the ground by help of this jumper wire. This yellow color is the jumper wire, and this is again a, since both is hole, this have to be male. This is male connector, and this is also a male connector. You can see I am using a male jumper wire. This is according to the use. Okay. Next, how the motor is, now you can see how the motor is connected. One terminal is left, then this collector is connected to the one terminal of the motor. Suppose I will use this, suppose I will connect this red terminal to the 5 volt, and this here, this again is a brown color type terminal. You can see a brown color type terminal. The motor is also to supply. This is red, you can see this is red and this is brown. This red is connected to the red bus bar, this brown is connected to the collector. You can easily see from my diagram, you can easily see the same in my diagram. There is no, I hope there will be no doubt in that. Okay. If in doubt, you can ask me. Okay. This is all about these circuits. Now I'm going to demonstrate. Okay. Before we're going to demonstrate, but you can see, before we're going to demonstrate, we first ensure, okay, whether your circuit is correct or not. I will suggest everyone to, after preparing your circuits, go through it carefully. Okay. Otherwise, your component may be damaged. Why your component damaged? Due to excessive current also. There is a certain rating for each component. There is certain ratings. Okay. So you can see, now we'll go for a demonstrations, a good demonstrations. I hope for that. Now is the demo time. I'll switch on this supply units. I can off it to this push button. I'll on it. Now you can see, even after giving the supply, now this breadboard is getting this 5 volt from this supply units. This breadboard now getting the 5 volt supply from the supply unit. Even after that, this voltage is not rotating. It means my transistor is in cut-off situations, means off situations. So how can I going to on it? I have to switch on it. How? As we already discussed, that is a light activated project. Suppose a light fall on it, a heavy light fall on it. Okay. Now it is a dark. It means now this room light is not sufficient to switch on the transistor. There is a light also inside this room. There is a light, but this light is not sufficient to switch on a transistor. Now I am going to show you. This is so here. This is rotating. No, this is not rotating. When the light will fall on the LDR, this will rotate. You can see a demonstrations over here. See it carefully. Here I am using this sponge is a propeller, so that you can see the movement of the motor. Here, let's do it once again. I think this is enough for your knowledge. Is we already demonstrate our purpose, we achieve our objective. In the next practical, I will do the same. Here the light is the input. You can see here the light is the input and motor is the output. It means the motor will be switch on and switch off by the help of a light. You can judge one thing. Those who go through the transistors very clearly, transistors operate in three regions. Transistor not only on and off, it can also amplify. It acts as an amplifier. So as we increase that intensity of light, for somewhat you can feel the speed is increasing. After that, once the transistor will be saturated, there will be no more increase in the speed of motor. That is a different topic. But in this topic, we achieve our objectives, that we can able to switch on a motor, switch off a motor with the help of a light as a input signal. In the next practical, we'll use a different kind of actuating signal in different kind of load, and after that we'll be go to the, this is little bit of note, I will be say it is a, on the next classes will be go a little bit higher versions like that will be, so that will be enhance your concept. We'll do the practical on Arduino programming like that. This is just a, this is a assembling type, just purchase a component and assemble it, connect it. But in the next practical onwards, we will do the practical on Arduino like that. Next, my last session is find a fault. Now I will urge my viewers to find the fault. Even after I switch on the light, this motor will rotate or not. Let's see. You can see this motor is not rotating even after I be moving my mobile phone too closer to the LDR. You can see this motor is not rotating. Now tell me, where is the fault? I hope you will enjoy these videos. I hope I'll become with next sessions, very much interesting one with some new topic. Enjoy these videos. Last, I'll thankful to all the team members behind these setups. Thank you everyone. Stay well, stay healthy with your family.